Hello, everybody, and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and everybody knows the guy next to me, the monstrous Shaquille O'Neal. Moments away in Boston, it'll be the Celtics going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Looking at Los Angeles, they're coming in off a win in their last game against the Hornets. A great win for them, and they rose to the occasion and pulled off the upset. Riding high right now. I remember Doc Rivers as a player with the Atlanta Hawks, Shaq. You know him as your coach in the course of your career in Boston.
Yes, he did all the things you admire in a teammate or opponent during his playing days. He was tenacious. He never gave up an inch of space. Guys love him. Guys that play for him today still love him.
Very inspirational, isn't he? Whether that's before a game or whether it's a timeout huddle.
Very inspirational, also very quotational.
Quotational, is that a word?
Yes, he says a lot of quotes.
Wow, I guess it is a word now. Here's another guy who's very quotational, Kevin Harlan.
Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me in the booth, as always, Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They'd like to change that now. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Jones is out there with Smith. Then there's Z, and it's prime time. And it's Mr. Incredible in at the center.
The Clippers started out as a good team last year, but they never seemed to be content with what they had. They added vet after vet as the season progressed and really made some nice additions.
Here's prime time. Shot clock at 5. Fade away. Good. Smith's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Clippers.
And there's the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's a nice tone setter out of the gate.
And the Clippers' depth was a big help for him in the first round as the bench provided, I thought, Clark, a good punch for him against the Golden State Warriors.
You know, that's true, but they just didn't have enough in the tank to get by the Thunder in that second round of the playoffs and what was really, I thought, an entertaining back-and-forth series.
Now here's Lee. Passes to Mr. Incredible. Got it. Good job in the low post. Mr. Incredible's got his first bucket of the night. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
On defense, the Celtics. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Well, there's no doubt they played well enough to win that game. It truly could have gone either way, Clark.
Well, the lesson in this one is you can't just play well for 3.5 quarters and expect to win. I mean, they didn't close it out the way they should have. That's on them.
Just 2 to shoot. No good from Lee. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Right wing, Elliott kicks to Clark. Ball stolen. Jones in the post, covered by Elliott. Deflects the pass, and is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. While we're on a short break, we've got some time to break down the steal leaders at the shooting guard position over the last month. While you look at Posey, one of the league's best, third in steals.
Well, this is a very intense group. You know, those steals haven't come by accident. They've gotten them through the effort they're willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter.
Now here is Smith. Again, the Clippers.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 from the floor, so a good start for this club.
Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Yes, Kevin, the crucial aspect for them in his mind is going to be making things tough inside for their opponent. He said they're physical, they like to mix it up. If we don't respond in kind, they'll push us around and we'll get bullied all game. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3. Well, you know, head coach Brad Stevens of the Celtics is coaching a much different game in the pros than we see in college. I mean, a lot of differences, but if anybody can make that transition, I really think he's certainly the guy that could. He's bright, he's hardworking, he communicates well, he's innovative, showed that innovativeness at the college level. So I think he's got all of the ingredients to become a college coach who is successful as an NBA coach.
Here's prime time. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Clock is at 3. Unloads. The putback, and it's slammed in by Smith.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive board, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Now, coaches love to see the hustle, but the fans love to see the dunk.
Here's Clark. That's good. And Coach Stevens, analytically minded at Butler, had a full-time statistician as one of his assistants.
Yeah, very new school in his approach. You might expect that from such a young guy, still in his 30s. Of course, he also needs to connect with his players, you know, and he's doing well. Despite the losses, the players really enjoyed playing for Stevens, and I think he's going to be an excellent coach.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 10th in free throw shooting, 13th in opponent points per game. As for the rebounding numbers, not as strong as you would think. Top 20 in the league. They certainly are capable of better.
And this is a good shooting team, Clark. It really shows in their free throw percentage. You mentioned they were in the top 10 in terms of free throw percentage as a team last year. And I think it's important for this club to really attack offensively. When they do get to the line, they tend to knock down their free throws, and those easy points go a long way. I'll tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
Lee passes to Jones. Here's prime time. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shoots a 3. No good from Lee. Boston trailing. The pass to Maverick. Here is Elliott. 1:39 left to play in the first. Posey passes to Elliott. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Steve, Boston last year was a team looking to rebuild, but their offense was just horrid at times.
Yeah, near the bottom in scoring as well as shooting efficiency. They lost a lot of games because of those offensive struggles.
And the basket by Jones.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
And before this last season, you know, Boston had never been an explosive offensive team, but the defense had been what carried that team, and it allowed them to still succeed, although they weren't that powerful offensively.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. The dude, he's checked in for Mr. Incredible. The bodyguard comes in for Jones. Thomas checked in for prime time. Young is subbed in for Lee. A 3-ball. Kept alive. The chosen one. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Here's the bodyguard. And Young, here we go. Puts up the baby hook. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this one. The first free throw is good. Good on both. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Ingram passes to Shorty. The Celtics working the ball around now. We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Off target with the open look. Fast break, here they come. Here's the bodyguard. Count that one. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
Los Angeles leading by 5. The chosen one out there was Shorty. Then it's Dub. Then there's Red Hot. And it's Turner in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
The Celtics shooting about 42% so far. Ingram passes to Shorty. To the right side. Pass to Dub. Shot clock at 6. Here's the chosen one, covered by Smith, and that one's good. The chosen one's got his second bucket.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
He had a nice open look right there.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness. The Clippers had really good depth at the guard positions, but last season their lack of depth along the front line was a real problem. One they hope has been solved this season.
Here's Shorty. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. They get the rebound, hit the hook shot, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, I love that. Perfect time for that hook shot.
Some changes for Boston. Alexander's checked in for the chosen one. Johnson comes in for Shorty. And it's Little General in for Red Hot. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Mr. Incredible, he's checked in for Smith. The doctor comes in for the bodyguard. Porter's checked in for Thomas. And Jones subbed in for Young. And looking at the Clippers bench, maybe the strongest in the NBA 2 seasons ago.
Well, the Bledsoe trade weakened their bench, but it strengthened their starting lineup. But a winning team in Los Angeles with a players coach like Doc Rivers, I mean, you knew they'd be able to find some help.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, gentlemen, the Clippers were sold this offseason for a staggering $2 billion. That's about 4 times more than the Kings sold for 1 year prior, and more than 7 times what the Sixers sold for in 2011. What happened? About a third of the league's teams have sold within the last 5 years. As they've sold out, guys, it's becoming a seller's market.
Only so many teams to go around, Doris. Thanks. Here's our 2K leaderboard with the list of the teams that have been on fire from beyond the arc over the past month. Number 1, the Celtics.
I tell you what, when you have a month like this, the way they've been shooting it, you feel like the basket is 3 times as big as normal. I mean, it's hard to maintain this level of productivity, but we'll see if they can make it happen.
And he can't get the first one. Speedy's checked in for Turner. And he's good on the second.
Celtics had a rough time in the East, and a lot of it was because they just would get worn down as the game went on. Had a very difficult time after halftime, in fact.
Here's the doctor. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Kicks to Porter. Jones for 3, and that one's good. And the Clippers lead by 7. Boston with a 21-31 record against the rest of the conference last year, and it was because of what you said, Clark, being unable to fight back.
Yeah, they would just either run out of steam after the half or run out of options at some point later in the game. They've got to find a way to be able to sustain good play for longer periods.
Here's Johnson. Clippers able to drain the 3. Here's Posey. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Posey's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a nice play there. The more contributors this team can get, the better.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And they really got after it defensively throughout that entire game. All the turnovers they forced tell that story.
Yeah, and that was a major factor, Steve. I mean, the more turnovers they cause, the more they seem to rattle those guys.
Dubs checked in for the Celtics. Jones checked in for the Clippers. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He said to them, goal number 1 is to drive the lane and put pressure on them inside. That's where he wants their scoring to come from. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Celtics trail by 5. And Posey kicks to Alexander. Porter against Johnson. Passes it to Alexander. Back to Johnson. It's picked off. Now here's Porter. Guarded closely. Count that one. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Posey passes to Alexander. Here's Speedy. Puts it up from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Jones drives in. And Boston with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Kevin, well, look here at last year in the NBA where the Clippers ranked. First in scoring, third in assist. And they were ranked third in team field goal percentage. This is a team that shared the ball and got quality shots on a regular basis.
But when you get down to it, I mean, the identity of this club is that they score the ball. Number 1 in the league. They have so many ways to hurt you, and that seems to inspire them with confidence every single game.
Now here's Jones. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Dub the pass to Speedy. Can't connect from short range. Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside, Jones. He feeds it to Porter. Clippers moving the ball around. To the wing on the left. Here's the doctor. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Good.
Boy, I'm surprised he took that shot. He was at a huge size disadvantage in that matchup, but boy, great job to bury it.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Smith checked in for Mr. Incredible. The bodyguard comes in for the doctor. Primetime's checked in for Porter. And Lee's subbed in for Jones. Here's Red Hot. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. Now the pass to Maverick. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Knocked away. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Elliott. 52 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to the bodyguard. Here's Primetime. Looking for Lee. Gets it there. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points. I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
Here's Maverick. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Magic in Orlando. 6 to shoot. Here's Clark. Smith with a block. Here's the bodyguard. Passes it to Primetime. Right side, Jones. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Oh, he put it down!
It counts.
What a shot!
I think that one was
at
good.
The buzzer!
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 6. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
It's been a good night for Little General. 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Clippers leading by 6. Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material, but they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Z out there with Primetime. Then it's Jones. Then there's Mr. Incredible. And it's Smith in at the power forward position. Here's Maverick. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lee outside. Now here's Jones. Back to Lee. Clock at 6. Shot from free throw range, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And with the Clippers, I think a big part of how they can grind out a win if need be is that they know how to get to the free throw line.
So it's the Celtics now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense.
Now here's Jones. Buries it from three-point range. Jones has got 7.
Well, one way or another, the Clippers, as you said, they'll find ways to score points, even if it means selling a call or two. But you do what you need to do to get wins, and most players are open to that.
Posey with it, covered by Lee. Here's Maverick, dishes it to Posey. Tries a 3, and again, Boston with the triple.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Thomas checked in for Jones. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He thinks there are opportunities for second-chance points out there and implored them to go hard to the offensive glass for the remainder of this game. He told them also they should be swarming to the basket at the offensive end. He wants a lot of bodies inside. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Posey passes to Maverick. Here is Elliott. He's got 10. His first shot coming late. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Maverick.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Now, here's Thomas. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Smith inside. Can't hit from in close. The Celtics have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Feeds it to Posey. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you know, the news was mostly bad for the Celtics, but there was some good news last year. They announced they'll be renovating their arena to make it more state-of-the-art.
And with the Celtics in this building, guys, it isn't falling apart by any means, but fans had been wanting an update.
And from what I understand, I mean, they're going all out. I mean, the arena turns 20 years old this season, and it's going to get a 2-decade facelift in terms of amenities and convenience.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Turner's checked in for buckets. Goose comes in for Dub. Shorty, he's checked in for Maverick. And Dub subbed in for Elliott. And then for Los Angeles, the Dude, he's checked in for Mr. Incredible. Porter comes in for Primetime. Young is subbed in for Lee. Now, here's Porter. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Young, here we go. Thomas gets a wide open look. And another 3 for the Clippers. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. The pass to Shorty. Here's Posey, defended by Young. Turner dishes to Posey. Porter with it. Pass to Thomas. With the teardrop, the rebound by Turner. Celtics trail by 5. Dub, the pass to Shorty. There's the dish to Posey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Great look there, but off target.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Boston making some changes. The chosen one comes in for Goose, and it's red hot in for Little General. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Bodyguards checked in for Porter. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He said a big part of their focus should be on offensive rebounding, to get bodies to the glass at that end of the floor and work hard for second chance points. The other thing he discussed with them was that they should be forceful with the ball. He said if they see a gap in the defense, they should go straight to the bucket. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Now here is Smith. 8 points for him. Young up top. Knocked loose. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. The Clippers third.
You know, after that solid performance last year, there will be a lot of high expectations this year. And nothing stays exactly the same for a team from year to year. There are a lot of dynamics involved, particularly shooting percentage.
Oh, you can't run an inbounds play any better than that right there.
Ingram passes to Shorty. Dub. He's guarded by Thomas. Pass to Dub. To stop the drought. The rebound by Young.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Speedy's checked in for the Celtics. Johnson comes in for Shorty. Baddest ones checked in for the Clippers. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Young outside. Now Smith. He's got 8. 5 to shoot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, you know, every time these two teams face off, it is Battle Los Angeles. For so long, the Lakers have really owned the city. But the Clippers looking to make up for lost time right now.
And a bit of controversy, guys. Last season, Doc Rivers had the Lakers championship banners covered up for Clipper home games.
I thought it was a smart decision, Kevin. I mean, you got to make it your home gym, and all they did was hang up banners of their own players. A smart move by Doc, and you know, the Clippers will forever be in the Lakers' shadow in L.A., regardless of the results of the games.
Jones checked in for the Clippers.
It had been 6 straight years for the Celtics that they had made the playoffs, but that run came to an end last season as they were clearly in full rebuild mode.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Well, a lot of storied franchises missed the playoffs last year, and Boston was one of them. But, Steve, they knew it would be a tough season early on.
Well, trading away the talent they did, they knew how the season would play out. You know, ultimately it was the right thing to do, as they are in a good position to build upon youth going forward.
There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the shot is good from Johnson.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Here's the dude. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Ingram passes to Dub. He dishes it to Johnson. Pass to Dub. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the chosen one. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. The chosen one's got 6.
And you got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 9. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. So it's Boston now. They trail by 9 points. We've got Maverick. Elliott is out there with Dub. Then it's Dub, and it's Clark in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. The pass to Elliott. Clock at 6. Dub, the pass to Elliott. Here's Dub, but they get it back. Pass to Dub. Here's Maverick. Over to the wing. Here's Dub. That one wide left. Clippers leading by 9. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Tries again, and he gets it to go. Mr. Incredible's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. The Celtics have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Dub, the pass to Elliott. The Celtics working the ball around now. The feed to Clark. Lets it go from 14. And he hits the jump shot. LA's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Mr. Incredible. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Love the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
The pass to Dub. Here is Elliott. Dub, covered by Lee. Here's Dub, and again it's Boston converting. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the Clippers call time here. And the Celtics making a change here. Posey's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Smith has checked in. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Lee outside. Pass to Primetime. He kicks it to Smith. Snatched away. Here's Elliott. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Clippers.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
Now here's Jones. Kicks to Smith. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Posey with it, covered by Lee. Dishes to Clark. It's blocked, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Pass to Elliott. 6 on the shot clock, and that one's good. Elliott's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam?
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
All of the above.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Here's Clark. The jump hook, and he gets the bucket.
How about the field goal percentage shooting this half, guys? It's gone through the roof.
Into Smith. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Smith. He's got 14 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
And it was a good one, too. Really one of the highlights, I thought, of the game defensively.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Smith. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Smith.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Here's Posey. 13 feet away. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Clark.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
Here is Mr. Incredible. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 6. Here's Smith. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, they seem to be looking for chances inside a little bit more this half.
And I love that mentality. You talked about it earlier, being the aggressor. It's the right way to play with the lead. Keep attacking.
Here's Clark. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
Lee kicks to Jones. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Lets it go from 14. And that one hits back iron. Celtics trail by 6. Posey passes to Maverick. Here's Elliott. And the 3 off target.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Back to Jones. There's the steal. Inside, here's Elliott. Another shot, and it's good on the way in.
He is not going to stop battling until that final whistle blows. What a putback.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're ahead by 4. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. .12 left in the fourth quarter. Smith dishes to Lee. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to Jones. Lee outside. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Jones, no luck. Boston shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Shot from 12. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
A crucial basket.
They needed it, and he gave it to them.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Here's prime time. Lee outside. From deep. Smith the pass to Mr. Incredible. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul for the team. Shooting for Los Angeles. Line time. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're losing by 3. 11 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You've got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
A chance to tie it up, Clark.
A 3 would make it happen.
Lee with the ball. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're losing by 5. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, they can game plan all they want, but there's not enough time left for them to come back and win this game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what they think they're going to pull off here.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So the Clippers with the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, the Waiter.